It is Speed Force Racing's Premier Division. It is round 9 and we are coming from Austria. It is Nightwalker and I'm joined by Peter. How are we doing tonight, Peter?
Good evening, thank you. I'm doing pretty good, yeah. What about you, mate?
Yeah, doing really good at the moment. Enjoying the sun in Britain, don't get it that much. How's the weather for you? You getting a nice tan or not?
No, yeah, it's raining all week here in Hungary, which is getting a little bit boring for me now. But yeah, I can live with that.
Okay, so we're joined by Cliffy. Reason Cliffy has joined us, he got voted Driver of the Day. Last week he went from P16 to P3. So Cliffy, how does it feel to be recognised for your driving last week?
Yeah, no, it was good. Obviously, plenty to have fun and have battles with guys I didn't really battle with. So yeah, it's good that the guys realised sort of the type of driving that I have. So yeah, it was good.
If TSO Dems turns up tonight, is that a major threat for your race going forward in Austria?
No, if anything, I'll make it a bit more fun. Obviously, Odems is a very quick guy, and I won't be not sitting a lap, that's for sure. So hopefully I can bring the fight to him and hopefully get a win.
So you're definitely going to get the early banker lap in then, yeah?
Oh, definitely, man. I might go on supers though, just to see how I am on the slower tyre. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be up there tonight in terms of qualifying.
Cheers, Cliffy. Thanks for joining us, mate. You're free to leave and good luck in the race.
Yeah, good luck.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, thank you.
So that was last week's driver of the day. Great drive, P16 to P3 around Baku is quite extraordinary.
Absolutely, yeah, and he avoided everything, like from the early scraps to the end, and yeah, he was pretty quick. And I think if he would set a banker at least, then he would have started inside the top 10, and might just couldn't be able to get that kind of result because of the traffic and the incidents involved. Like, you're gonna get involved into an incident if you're starting in the middle.
With qualifying round Austria, it's a very it's a short track. You're getting around in what, 1:06, maybe 1:05. Is there going to be a fight for space on track?
Well, yeah. We are talking about a very short track, yeah, like a 1:05, which is, I think, the quickest of the calendar, and yeah, because of the track length it's nothing, and if we have like a full grid, then yeah, I definitely expect a battle for track position, because you're gonna have 2 laps, and one of them is a banker, but the other one is an all-out lap for pole position for everyone, I think.
Yeah, would you be kind enough to send some invites to Noak and company that we are still waiting for them, please?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, while Peter's doing that, we're just going to go through the top 5 in the Drivers' Championship. So Noak is having a strong start to his season, he's on 147 points currently. SFR Josh Fletcher on 132 points. Cliffy recently joined the league, he's in 3rd now on 105 points, so a great job by Cliffy. Humbug is sticking around there, he's 4th on 74 points. Techno Thriller, our current champion, is on 66 points. So Techno has a lot of work to do to try and defend that championship, but if anyone can do it, he can. He had some great races last season, but coming to the end of the season, he had a few incident-packed races which affected probably the best result he could get. So we'll go through the constructors as well, just get this out of the way. So Too Fast for You, the Mercedes team, on 252 points. And then you've got Cliffy and Noak in the Mercedes. It's a great pairing, 2 of the quickest guys on the grid. So that's going to be a tough challenge for the McLaren team on 205 points. Nor English Racing on 104 points, and the Ferraris are on 94 points. So it's mainly between the McLaren and the Mercedes teams. It should be a very tight battle, I guess, going forward. Lee now, unfortunately, was ill last week, so couldn't make last week's race. He's back this week, so he's going to be able to score some points for himself, as his reserve would have only scored points for the team.
So, yeah, I've sent the invites, and I bet they're coming. I've sent invites to Odems and to Novak as well. And while we're waiting for them, I have a question for you. So, who do you think is the favorite to win this year's title?
Well, that's a tough one. It's going to be so close. I'd probably say Cliffy, but it's very close between Cliffy, TSO Dems, and Noak. What about yourself, Peter?
Well, if Noah can keep it on the track and can bring the podium performances every week, then I would say Novak is a bit of, he's a little bit hard to catch because he has a huge lead, especially for TSO Dems, because he missed like 6-7 rounds.
Yeah. So it's a big disadvantage for TSO Dems, but he has the pace, and I think he may be able to chip away at that.
Yeah.
So we'll just give it a one more minute, and we'll see if we've got any more guys joining us. So last week I forgot to give out the answer for the question of the day. Last week it was, who was the official ambassador for the Baku Grand Prix in 2016, and it was Fernando Alonso. So an interesting little question there. So we will provide you the question of the day for this week at the end of qualifying, I think. I think that would be a great time. We're going to go to spectate now, and we're going to go to session, and let's get this round underway. A lot of drivers are really eager to get going. Looks like Techno Thriller, I don't think, has made the grid once again. Oh no, he has. There we go.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
That's good.
We're missing Noak and TSO Dems, but I think they will join. Or, I hope.
Yeah, it'd be great if they could join the two quick guys missing off the grid, but there is plenty of time to jump in during qualifying.
Yeah, and while we're waiting, I will get the information about the weather, hopefully by a driver, which will come handy.
A wet race round here could throw it really up in the air, like drivers like Lord JB. This is his 20th race. He debuted last year at this track and he got a podium. His luck on this side this year, can he get a bit of rain and try and get another podium position? It's there's a lot to deal with throughout the field for a lot of drivers.
I believe it was a wet race, or wasn't it? But I definitely believe it was a wet race last season.
I think there was rain affected race, definitely.
Yeah, or at least by the end of the race, it was there was some rain, and it affected a lot of the drivers actually. And Lord JB benefited the most, scoring a podium, and I think that was his maiden podium, but I think that was his only podium, I guess.
I'm not too sure on that. I'm not very good with the old memory, but I think you could be right.
We'll ask about it. Yeah, Novak's just joined.
Novak has joined, so there we go. We're going to wait, hopefully, for TSO Dems to join as well. Will Novak be able to set a lap time?
Yes, I definitely think he will.
So that's very lucky for Novak. He will get the chance to try and get a decent starting position on the grid. Who are you going to go for your pole position pick, Peter?
I would say Honey Badger. He definitely deserves a good race now, and I'm just not gonna talk about Honey Badger because actually maybe he just needs some luck, and that luck might come when we don't talk about him.
Yeah, he's had very unfortunate races.
If you know what I mean, like we're talking about him every week, and something is happening to him, and I think the spectators are watching this, and they notice that, because so I'm just not gonna talk about him until like he gets a pole position or something.
BDS Jade Rios gets disqualified, blocking the pit lane. Very unfortunate there. Just a minute or so into the session, and she's done for this session, so she will be starting at the back of the grid.
I have some exciting news for you.
Go on.
Because we're gonna have a dry qualifying with a wet race.
Oh, very interesting there. So guys will be setting their cars up for the race, so they will be a little bit slower in qualifying.
Shout out to SFR Chopper telling us the info.
Our local weatherman is Chopper, doing a great job there.
So yeah, I forgot. What's your pick? Who do you think will win qualifying?
I'm going to go with Cliffy. We spoke to him just a minute ago. Great podium last week and driver of the day. He just has so much pace to him, and sometimes he's got more pace even on a harder compound than his rival. So I think that makes him dangerous.
And what about GP Hamilton?
I'm not really that familiar with his pace. I'm unsure about that, unless you can enlighten me, Peter.
I raced against him in another league, and yeah, he's a former champion of that league, and yeah, he has some really good pace to his name.
Well, there you go. So we could have a really intense battle for pole position, waiting for a time to be posted yet. No one's gone through. Track limits very tough around here. Turn 1 is you can either cut the corner, or you can nail the corner, or you can overshoot your braking, and then you're off.
Well, JB opens up and just destroys that lap time.
Oh, look at Techno Thriller. How close can you get to one car?
Wow. Awesome.
So all the cars are starting to come round to complete their timed laps, the first of their session. Look how close it is between SFR, Josh Fletcher and Techno Thriller. Techno Thriller is up in his game, and it looks like he's come here to fight. We're still waiting for a few of the faster guys to have their say as well.
Yeah, just a quick note, I think, or at least I expect a low 1.5 for pole position today, even if they are running with their wet setups. I think this grid is, particularly this grid is capable of putting in a low 1.5. And look at GP1 Hamilton, 3/10 away. That's a banker.
Yeah, definitely. That's a solid lap to put in qualifying so far. As Honey Badger is having an eventful qualifying and goes off in sector 3. So the Gault, a couple of weeks ago, the Gault was driver of the day. We didn't get to speak to him, unfortunately, but hopefully he's still lifted up by that performance. Didn't race last week. This week he is racing as a reserve, so let's see if he can get a decent lap time on board. He goes into provisional 7th position, just over a second slower than SFR Josh Fletcher. Techno Thriller is very close, 0.02 of a second behind Josh. GP1 Hamilton 0.3 of a second behind Techno. 4th is Humbug. Oh, look at that. GP1 Hamilton gets a quicker lap time than SFR Josh Fletcher, 1:05.931.
And quick note, Nowak is not on the left hand side of my screen, which means he's not on the leaderboard, which means I think he cannot qualify.
Yeah, that means he will be starting at the back of the grid with BDS Jade Rios. Jade probably will start behind him, I'm assuming, since she got disqualified from the session.
Yeah, but I have a question to you. Like, if you cannot qualify, then you cannot load your setup, and then you're basically gonna race with a stock setup, or what's the deal in this particular situation?
I'm sure you can load your setup on the grid if you've not applied one, because Park Ferme, you've not really done anything to the car. I may be wrong.
Yeah, maybe you're right, and yeah, what can they do? Like, yeah,
it is very tough if they're not allowed to add their own custom setup. That would be very tough. But I suppose there is session invite times and times when we go to session. Them times are set for a reason, so we're not waiting all night just to get a lobby.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I totally agree with you.
Gamey things. The driver that he had a good first season with Speed Force Racing. Then he kind of had a very low mid-season to near the end of the season, and he started picking up results. Do you reckon he can take confidence from the positive end to his season into these races coming up?
Yeah, these races are, like, for me, these races are all about confidence, and if you can build your confidence, then you're gonna get quicker and quicker and quicker, and if you don't make any mistakes, you're gonna get even quicker and quicker. Yeah, with the addition of practice, I think, yeah, he can become a solid top 10 driver.
So Cliffy, he went out on the super soft tyres. These tyres available are the ultra soft, super soft, softs, inters, and the wets. Apparently we will be getting a wet race, so the drivers are going to try and do their best to get the fastest lap time, because they won't be using these tyres if it's a wet start to the race, which I'm assuming it will be. So
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I just got the info like it's gonna be a wet race, which can mean everything, like or anything, like raindrops or heavy rain, intermediate conditions, maybe a drying race or a dry race, and by the end of the race we might have some rain as we had last season. So there are lots of scenarios. What would you prefer?
I don't know.
Sorry. That's a tough question.
Yeah, I think if it's raining, like this is on this track, it is the longest pit lane of the whole calendar. So it's 242 meters long. It takes about 20 seconds for a pit. In the wet, that's going to increase, but also the pit exit. How tight is that? And if it's wet, you're going to see people losing their nose.
Yeah, if you know anything about Daytona.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have a very tight exit of the pit. If you like, not the oval circuit, I'm talking about the Grand Prix circuit, where I think the IMS races with the 24-hour race.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm right, and that they are using that pit lane, and that's just extremely hard and tight.
So on board with GP1 Hamilton, Peter, would you like to take us through a lap with GP1 Hamilton?
Yeah, he's in the Sauber. I really like this car. Some good memories for me, and yeah, he's coming to the end of the first sector, which is an uphill braking point, which means you can extend your braking zone because it's coming uphill and slows down your car. Then a long straight, well, I think it's one of the longest and the first DRS zone, and a really bad angle corner, turn number 3. Then I think he's coming up to the, in my opinion, this is the hardest part of the track, the left-right fast chicane, which he couldn't really get the apex perfectly, lost a bit of time here. And then the 2 quick right-handers, and this track is, in particular, it's pretty quick. Like, I think it's over like 2 kilometers an hour per lap. That's a 158.
So he
5-2.
goes even quicker, does GP1 Hamilton. He's laying down the gauntlet for the likes of Josh Fletcher, Techno Thriller. Look at Josh. Josh responds straight away with a 105.76. Great job there by Josh.
Also, Techno Thriller is on a good lap.
Let's go and see if we can jump on board with Techno Thriller. Here he is, 6-1, 6-2, yellow flags in 6-2. He's got traffic in front of him.
Yeah, and Honey Badger 2. And the Cliffy is 60th. 16th, sorry.
Cliffy,
60th
yes.
would be...
Yeah, 60th would be the penalties that McLaren used to get last season.
Would be like, yeah, McLaren Honda level.
So, Humbug has retired from the session in provisional fifth at the
moment. Honey Badger, oh, someone crashed out. And that's affected Honey Badger's run to the line. And also, yeah, Techno couldn't improve. I think that was just a worse time than his last one, and he's in the wall. So that's it for Techno.
Yeah, a lot of drivers maybe not getting the best out they could.
Cliffy, 1.5 tenths up on Josh. Well, maybe he just pulls into the pits and wait for Novak, because, like, if you remember, he's done it in Baku.
Yeah, but he did say that he's going to get a lap time set, so hopefully he can get a lap together.
1.7 seconds up. I bet that's not on Josh.
That must be on his best lap time, which is 3.6 seconds below provisional pole.
And that's a good lap time. That's a really good lap time.
Honey Badger gets pole.
Honey Badger.
Cliffy,
okay, so
his lap doesn't count.
Oh. But
that is
he's done a
interesting.
What has he done? He's done a, I think that was around 158 or something. Honey Badger.
Well,
so is it the first
Peter.
time? Thank you. Is it the first time one of us picked the correct person this season?
You've taken that honour, and I'm very envious about that.
Thank you, and I'm so happy about that.
Alright, let's go through a quick rundown of the grid. Honey Badger first, second Josh, third GP1 Hamilton, fourth Techno Thriller, fifth Humbug, sixth Lee Nell, De Gaulle, seventh, eighth Raikkonen 2014, Lord JB ninth, Smelly Badger 10th, SFR Chopper 11th, Maze is 12th, and we'll give it a continued rundown once we load into the race.
So, who's your pick now?
I'm gonna stick with Cliffy.
Oh. I think it's not that wrong, not that bad. I think it's intermediate.
No, left the session. Crazy connection issue, probably. That's not the best for Noak. That's going to cost him at least 25 points to his closest challenger.
Yeah, which is Josh. So
exactly,
Josh needs a win, I think, to keep his championship hopes alive.
Josh is 15 points behind Noak.
I think he's going to take the championship lead.
He needs a second position or better to get the championship lead.
If Noak cannot come back, then I think maybe, well, Noak is on my list. But
is it showing that they are on dry tyres?
Yes, it is for me.
Brilliant. That's good. That's what I'm seeing as well. Noak has joined.
Noak is back.
Will he be able to race? Hopefully, we get a race because it's him and Cliffy at the back.
Everyone is on dry tyres. What's going on?
Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. Is the rain going to clear away very, very quickly? It's a strange one.
No.
The track does look kind of dry though.
For me, it's kind of wet.
Interesting there. So It's
Like
bizarre.
it's like Dampy.
So let's just run through the question of the day. So I want to know who is the most successful driver at Austria. Let us know the name of the driver and also the number of wins. That'd be great. Leave your comments on the YouTube stream. We will get back to that question later on through our race session. So just wait for all the guys to finish their formation lap.
This will be chaotic. I'm not gonna lie.
Turn 1 is going to be very, very messy.
I think lots of drivers are gonna go out wide. And yeah, this formation lap was good to check the track conditions and where to brake and stuff like that. That was important.
Will we see any driver dive in and regret putting on the drive?
Novak is in the pits. Will he spawn onto the grid? No, he's in the pits.
So 5 red lights, a long hold, and we're off. Here we go. It's
Josh
a great start by Josh.
Yeah, the not grippy side of the circuit almost benefited Josh. And look at what's happening back there.
Look at GP1, Hamilton and Humbug are having a battle, as is Lienel and the Gault. Mays and S. Graham swapping positions too. Oh, there's a lot of carnage there.
Techno missed his braking point and ran into the back of Josh. Oh, someone is out.
Oh, it's GP1 Hamilton. He's out of the race, it looks like, unless he can keep his car ticking over and getting going again.
Well, he's out of contention, for sure.
Very, very messy start to the Austrian Grand Prix for the Premier Division. It's round 9 and we are coming live as we see a lot of drivers out of position after a very, very messy start there.
Cliffy.
Oh, Humbug. He's
someone
gone
jumped.
He jumped. He looks like he had a collision with either Lord JB, and his car physically jumped. That's cost him quite a few positions there.
Oh, and Novak has... No, sorry. Cliffy has been spun around by, I think it was Lord JB.
Have the guys made a mistake? Techno Thrill is the first of the guys to jump onto the Inter tyres. Did they make a mistake by putting on the dry tyres ready for the race as Jade puts on the Inters too?
I think the truck is just between track conditions are pretty bad, but I think the dry tyres are the tyres to go with. At least for now. And look, wow, that's hectic start. And I have to say I liked it.
Yeah, very interesting start, and of all the carnage, amazingly Honey Badger got out and is leading the race.
Please don't jinx it.
I don't say that now, because if he crashes now it's going to be my fault for the rest of the season.
Yes.
I can just see it coming.
It will be 100% your fault.
TJ Honest is on the back of Lord JB, but Chopper is also on the back of TJ Honest, so TJ Honest is going to be careful.
I don't know who it was. It was one of the... Oh, Lord JB has spun it. No, it was... He touched the wall.
Oh, we've got a slow Haas there. It's allowed the McLaren to get a run on him, and now the Red Bull's going to try and have a run. Lord JB getting past.
Josh.
Has he?
Josh as well. Attacking Honey Badger. Oh, almost spun it.
So getting quite dicey between Josh and Honey Badger. A second as it is has dropped him behind.
And Raikkonen and the Gault are 3rd and 4th respectively.
Great job by the reserve drivers there, brilliant to see. They have the pace to handle with some of the top guys in our league. Mays and Humbug are battling it out.
And Techno, I think he made a big mistake by putting on the intermediate tires. That's my opinion. What do you think?
I'm a little uncertain. Maybe they have made a mistake, but a lot of guys seem to have struggled, but they seem to maybe getting the grip down now. The rubber's laying down on track. It's giving them a bit more stability.
Absolutely,
Chopper is having a great run. Chopper in 6th position, having a great run on the Ferrari. As TJ Ellis going into turn 1, braking very early then.
Yeah, one of the Haas drivers made contact with Cliffy, resulting Cliffy in 13th place now, and he has a bunch of cars in front of him right now. Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. It is in a train, basically. He's the 6th part of a 7-man train.
Yeah, there is a lot of traffic building behind Lee Nell. You have Mays, Gamey Things, Lord JB, Humbug, Cliffy. Lee's gone off, and that's allowed Mays to get past, so Mays gets into 7th position. Lee Nell making a mistake there. Looks like he went off track briefly, but it cost him a position. And now the Force India is having a run home. Gamey Things has made the position and got past Lee Nell on lap 4 out of 36.
Oh, Honey Badger sideways through the final corner. He kept it.
So Honey Badger is pushing hard, as is Josh Fletcher.
Chopper. They both, TJ Honest and SFR Chopper, they both got the goal.
Honey Badger's, he's lost it on track. He's managed to keep it out of the barriers. It is very slippery out on track. Raikkonen 2014 inherits 2nd place now, and all the cars are going to have a great run. Chopper gets past him. TJ Honest gets past him. Honey Badger has had a nightmare moment there. Is he going to keep the Renault behind him? He's struggling to. The Renault gets past him, so the Gort gets past Honey Badger.
He doesn't have any source of grip now. He was down on the grass, and someone is out again. It's Lord JB.
Jade has re-pitted to get the super soft tyres on, as Lee now has pitted now to put the Inters on.
Jade is in the gravel. Lee. Tricky. Wow. Tricky, I must say it's tricky.
I think we have a greasy track where no one's safe. And we've got Honey Badgers into the barriers. He's spun it now. He's going from bad to worse for him. He's got damaged wing. He's going to have to pit. He's spinning them tyres up, trying to get some grip down. Jay gets a 3-second time penalty. That will be for corner cutting. So S. Graham into the points now in 10th position. Humbug is a 9th.
Sorry, Adam, but yeah, you jinxed it.
Yeah, I'm damned now. Cliffy makes a move. Cliffy can get the win, and that would cheer me up, because I have officially cursed Honey Badger. It's not going his way when I choose him to maybe get a good start, or he's been lucky with his starts, and he, yeah.
Cliffy on the soft tyres. He's on a rampage to catch Josh, I think, but what's really happening is no one is there to come into the pits until they make a mistake. But if they make a mistake, then they are coming into the pits to put on the Inters. And the Inters are... Josh almost lost it. So the Inters are not suiting the conditions perfectly. So you have to risk it out on a set of dry tires on a wet track.
It literally must be right on the crossover point of where you're so you're just undecisive and you don't know what to do. Can you handle the greasy conditions, or do you go for the Inters and just be really slow?
Yeah, that's up to the driver's skill level, I think.
Here we go, Gamey Things making a move on Mays into turn 1, and the Force India driver gets the move done, but the Red Bull driver's getting great drive behind him.
Yeah, he tries to make the switchback move, and no, he just backs out of it.
So Gamey with a great move there.
One thing to know about wet conditions is the not grippy part of the circuit is actually grippier in these conditions. So if you're running on wet tires or intermediate tires and you try to make a move, then yeah, don't be afraid of coming out of the racing line, because the racing line has the usual racing line has less grip.
So,
TJ Honest,
yeah, we've
that
got
would be,
yellow sector 1, sector 2.
and Josh is in the pits.
Very early pit stop there. What is Josh going to do? Is he going to switch to the Inters, or is he going to stay with the dry tyres?
Yes, he will. Oh.
It looks like the rain is coming down heavier. Look at Cliffy, he's right behind Chopper. Is he going to try and make the move? And the Galt as well is holding up Chopper now.
TJ Honest is leading the race.
Wow, great job by TJ Honest there. Raikkonen 2014 also less than half a second behind the race leader.
And the Galt.
He's struggling.
Chaotic. Oh, TJ Honest binned it.
Oh, he's binned it. Is it the end of his race? It looks like it is.
It's, well, it's not, but yeah. Forming damage. So Raikkonen 2004 leading the Grand Prix ahead of the Gort, and if they can hold on to track position, and
oh, here we go. Cliffy's going to try and make a move on Chopper. He's right close behind him. Cliffy on the soft tyre, super softs for Chopper. Is Chopper going to be able to defend from Cliffy? Cliffy's going on the inside, and it's a simple move. Are we going to get some pit stops now from any of the top guys? We have
Cliffy can stay out if he wants, because he's on the soft tires, and for some reason this game
he's making a move on the Galt. Sorry there, Peter. Cliffy and the Galt going through turn 1. Looks like a little bit of contact between the drivers, nothing too major. The Mercedes driver of Cliffy getting past the Galt there, but the Galt trying to get a run back in onto him up the straight.
More and more drivers are on the Inters now. Josh, Chopper, TJ Honest.
Could that be Lee? Would you reckon drivers are maybe following suit of Josh? They see a top driver going in, there's maybe, our guys follow that.
Yeah, but, it could be. But look at Honey Badger, he's on the soft tires and he's the quickest man on the track right now. And Cliffy is second on the softs too. And what I wanted to say is, it makes sense that the harder tires were better in these damping conditions, because they need a lower temperature level to work well than an ultra soft tire or a super soft tire, and that's why Cliffy, Honey Badger, Lord JB, Smiley Badger, and Lee are quicker than the guys around them, because the track temperature is suiting their tire.
Yeah, and also to add to the fact that the track has many low grip corners where you can just oversteer in the dry. So in the wet it's going to be even extremely harder.
Absolutely, it will be. The Gort is in the pits. Honey Badger getting back to 11.
Yeah,
P11
so
and
a lot of drivers having the recovery drives. Techno Thriller, Honey Badger, the Galt, GP1 Hamilton, Cliffy had a poor qualifying, started very low down in the order.
If you look at the tire types, it seems like we have a rainbow.
Yeah, it does. Let's look at Cliffy. Cliffy's going to try a move on Raikkonen 2014. He lines up and it looks like a simple move. Raikkonen will have the inside line, but look at that. Cliffy closes that and gets the move. Oh, Raikkonen has had a little moment. He going into the pits. He had a little bit of a moment on the exit of the corner there. Kept it on track.
Yeah, that will promote Gamey to P3. Sorry, P2.
Gamey things. What a race. Jade gets disqualified. 5 seconds. Stop go penalty. But Josh,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Did he get it wrong with the Inters?
He's changing his tyres. So Josh is, like from P1
now.
So from P1 to what will be P11 or P10.
It is absolutely A crazy
P10.
race. Look at that. Honey Badger, GP1 Hamilton recovering drives. Josh,
And
he's got a
Cliffy's
5-second
leading.
stop go penalty. Yeah, Cliffy started way down the order. He's now first, and he's not made a pit stop. He started on the soft tyres. A few drivers did make the wrong call going on to the inter tyres, and they've had to re-pit. It's cost Josh Fletcher probably the most. He went onto the inters, regretted it, went back onto some soft tyres. So let's see who is having a battle. GP1 Hamilton looks like he is pretty close on track. He's chasing Honey Badger. Honey Badger, he's putting some decent lap times down to try and get himself up the order, but GP1 Hamilton is no slouch, and he'll probably give a good tough battle. But the Gort is also catching GP1 Hamilton. Gort having a little look now on Hamilton. Galt going for 8th position on the inside of the corner, giving each other just about enough room. The Renault driver is going to allow the Toro Rosso of GP1 Hamilton to lead him through the final corner. He's going to get great toe now. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? Turn 1 very tight. You can get very penalised very quickly by corner cutting or exceeding the track limits. Renault drivers having a great toe, but look at the McLaren of Josh Fletcher. He's on a recovery drive now. He's making a move on the Galt. Has he made the move stick? It's going on the inside of the corner. It's going to be very, very close. Look at that. It wasn't the ideal line for Josh. The Galt gets away with it there.
The outside line is always better here if you're running in wet conditions, because they can force you. Like if you're on the outside, you can force the driver up against the corner, and you have to turn in a very bad angle.
Could we be seeing Josh panic a little bit with the pit mistake, putting the inter tyre on? Could that be maybe just his thinking, and now he's panicking of what moves to do in the race?
Well, he needs to pick up the pace, because he needs to finish in P3 at least, actually P2, to take the championship lead, and that will be his ultimate goal, I think.
Look at that, Josh and GP1 Hamilton and the Galt as well, following very closely. Josh is having a good go at GP1 Hamilton. Josh. He's made the move, and he's going to try and make it stick. But the GP1 Hamilton is not letting him go. Going to go on board. Here we go. Josh getting on the inside line. On the outside is GP1 Hamilton. He will get a nice toe. Oh, he's got a bit of oversteer there. He's got a bit of wheel spin, I think. Put the power down a little bit too early. It's cost him a few tenths of a second, but the Renault driver of the Galt is now trying to have a little look at GP1 Hamilton. Have a little look on the inside. Maybe try and put the driver off. It's Hamilton struggling in 6th position. It kind of looks like at the moment he can't get the power down when he needs to.
So, as of now, can you guess the top 3 finishers?
Oh god, that's a tough. I'm going to go with Cliffy, and I'm going to go with Honey Badger and the Galt. I don't know why the Galt, but he's having an impressive drive. What about yourself, Peter?
Yeah, Cliffy seems to be pretty calm in the lead, and if he doesn't make any mistakes, then I think a win is predictable for him from now. Honey Badger is not far away from S. Graham, as you can see, but to pick someone to finish 3rd, I would say Josh.
Yeah, that would. 3rd would be a great result for Josh. He probably would have wanted to win at the start of the race, but with the simple fact that he made a slight error on the tyre choice. Look at this, Honey Badger and S. Graham. Honey Badger is going to get the move done. Great nice racing there by both guys. Left each other just enough space, kept it nice and fair. Great move by Honey Badger on his recovery drive after leading the race. He crashed and broke his front wing and then had to pit.
And if you remember, both Honey Badger and Josh had the opportunity to win this race, and now they are having another recovery drive, because Josh made a pretty bold mistake, I think.
It's very interesting that where everyone's on dry tyres and it is raining. So could this be what the race is going to be like? It's just going to be a greasy race all the way through, because that will be very tough. Josh getting the fastest lap of the race. Currently we're still trying to look for the Gault, trying to get past GP1 Hamilton. S. Graham is swapping positions with Josh. Josh getting the move done there very early. Is the Gault going to be able to make the move on GP1 Hamilton? Looks like he's getting a little bit closer, but he's still a bit too far back to try and make a solid overtaking move.
Oh, and Raikkonen is battling with Lord JB.
Let's see if we can get this battle on screen. Here we go, Raikkonen versus Lord JB. Oh, how slow can you go? That was after you, sir, and they both trying to get through there very, very slowly. So,
and Chopper.
Interesting.
Chopper is trying to make a move on his teammate.
The Gault GP1 Hamilton are getting held up by S. Graham. Is S. Graham going to let his Renault teammate through? But will that enable GP1 Hamilton to get past? It's a very tight battle for 5th, 6th and 7th position on track. Lap 16 out of 36. Oh, look at that. S. Graham moves over to the side to allow his teammate through, but it also allows GP1 Hamilton through. Is he allowing his teammate through? It doesn't look like he moved right over.
No, he actually made a mistake, and
all the Renault teammates, they look like they made contact there. Luckily, no one goes off track, and they both keep their cars running.
Yeah,
Graham is going to try and make a move.
A mistake on the exit.
He's on the inside as he left it a little bit too late. His teammate runs into the side of him. There's a bit of contact there, and a contact with Humbug as well.
No, it was Mace. What? No, it was Humbug. Sorry.
DRS is open, so DRS is in effect. So the Gault and his Renault teammate S. Graham having a little bit of well, close action racing where they're actually bumping each other and their teammates, so they're not playing the team game.
Yeah, they're definitely not playing the team game this time.
Let's go and check out Lord JB. Does Lord JB have a good race in him? He does like the wet weather, but it's in between, and he's in his 12th position at the moment. He's a second behind SFR Chopper. Smelly Badger is 6.6 seconds behind him. Techno Thriller now. He's having not best of races. 14th position behind Smelly Badger now.
Yeah, just stop for a minute for a Gamey Things performance. Because he's been doing a hell of a good job. Like, the guy is second, and yeah, eventually I think he will lose some positions, but the top 5 is in the cards for him, and I don't want to jinx it. But yeah,
it would be, for Gaming Things to get a really good result, it would be, I think, great payback for the drives that he's done and the work he's putting in.
Yeah, I think he's coming into the pits now. Yes, he does, and yeah, the practice, the work he's putting in, and the improvement is visible.
Yeah, very much so. We're halfway through the race, so Gaming Things does indeed pit after a very, very decent first stint. Josh is climbing his way back. He's into 3rd position now. He's on the soft tyres. I don't think he will be pitting unless the weather does turn nasty. S. Graham is on the inter tyres. It's going against the rest of the drivers, so it could be a mistake or it could be a genius call.
Oh, and Josh Honey Badger Part 2.
Yes, we are going to get treated to it now. Oh, Honey Badger looks like he had a little bit of a moment there. It's allowed Josh to close right up to him. A couple of attempts for a second between it. Josh having a very serious look now, but he follows Honey Badger through. Williams driver trying to keep the McLaren Honda behind him. Look at Josh, he's all over the back of him.
Yeah, he's using higher gears just to avoid the wheel spin.
So it just shows you some of the tricks that drivers are using around this track. Great spot there by Peter. Will Josh be able to get past Honey Badger?
Well, I think he has the pace.
Here we go, right on board with the T-cam shot. Honey Badger doing a nice job keeping it within track. but look at the drive. But Josh has got so much better drive from the corners, and he's just not close enough to have a serious look at trying to make an overtaking move.
Now
Let's
this
see what he
time.
can do. Here we go, following very closely. He's going to try and get a nice toe from Honey Badger. Looks like Honey Badger's just about keeping the gap and maybe just increasing it slightly. It's not going to allow Josh any way past.
And Lee, I think he's made a mistake. Though he's a lap down, and yeah, he's having one of those bad nights which you never want to have.
Yeah, when you have a bad night in a race and it's a track you're not very keen on, it can just drag. It feels like you're doing a couple of 200% races. It is just lonely, boring, and not interesting. He wants to be battling with the guys like SFR, Josh Fletcher, we're seeing on screen at the moment.
Oh,
Honey Badger's had
Badger.
an incident, he spun it in the gravel. Can he get it back on
And it
track
was,
before Humbug can get past him?
I think it was.
Oh, Humbug spinned it. He's got
He's
distracted,
running
I
to the
think.
back of him.
Yeah,
Now,
that is.
whose fault was that? Because Honey Badger,
that
yeah,
was
he
close.
rejoined on the racing line, but whose fault was that?
I don't know. I don't. It's so close. I don't know how much time Jonas had to react to the car of Honey Badger sitting on the track after it corrected itself after a spin. That's going to be a tough one for the stewards to investigate.
Yeah, because yeah, Honey Badger, yeah, he spun it, and he rejoined on the racing line. But as I saw, Humbug had quite a bit of time to react. Maybe he was not expecting this, but if there was yellow flags, then you have to go slower, and then you cannot penalize the driver.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're seeing the Toro Rosso of Raikkonen chase down the Haas of SFR Chopper, both on soft tyres, 5 tenths of a second between 6th and 7th position. Are we going to see Raikkonen try and make a move on Chopper? Chopper get a 3-second time penalty a few moments ago. That is for the very strict corner cutting rules around this track.
Yeah, Josh has 8 seconds worth of penalties, which eventually puts him out of contention. But you just think about it: if there was no penalties, Cliffy will still have to make a pit stop, because even though it's raining, they are running on dry tires, and Cliffy would rejoin just around Josh. And maybe if he joins behind Josh, what would happen? What would you say?
I think if Cliffy goes quite long into the race, maybe goes to lap 29, pits, goes on the ultra softs, I think he will win the race.
Yeah, but the ultra softs wouldn't work as well as they would in dry conditions because of the track temperature.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just seeing Chopper all over the back of Maze, and Maze is proving that point. I'm not sure what lap he put the ultra soft tyres on, but he seems to be struggling. So yeah, you may have a point. So it does open up options to what Cliffy can do. Probably, maybe the safest bet is going on the super soft tyres. Give it to S. Graham in 15th position. He's trying to make them into tyres work. Half a second now between Chopper and Maze. Has Maze overcooked his tyres already? There is a lot of laps left. He's going to make a pit. Oh, Chopper getting very, very close to Maze. He's lining up now. He's going side by side with the Red Bull driver, and he gets the move done. Haas driver up to 5th. Maze going down to 6th position. Raikkonen and GP1 Hamilton very, very close on track. Toro Rosso versus the Sauber driver. Hamilton just keeping it just a little bit ahead of Raikkonen, but Raikkonen's not giving it up. He's getting a nice toe there from the driver from Sauber. Honey Badger and Lord JB racing very close there. Both drivers giving each other just enough space.
Cliffy's in the pits, and yeah, he had to fix his front wing, so he will rejoin behind Josh. Well, Yes, he will.
It's going to be very close. He's on the super soft tyres to the end of the race, so he's got to try and build some time and gain that first position back from Josh. But Josh, he is on the soft tyres. You get less grip, but they wear less as well. But it should tip the scales towards Cliffy for the win.
Yeah, and Cliffy is already ahead of Josh because of Josh's penalties, even though he's not ahead of him on track. And one thing I just cannot believe is that all of the big runners have made mistakes except from Cliffy for now. And
well, technically, Cliffy made his mistake in qualifying.
Yes, so all of them made a mistake, and that's the kind of race where someone who puts in the work and just doesn't make any mistake, then like the GOAT or Gamey things, they will battle for the podium, I think, and no one will get close to them. So this will be...
I think they'll deserve all the credit in the world if someone like Gamey Things can get a podium. He's 3.8 seconds behind the GOAT. The GOAT, very tough competitor. We're seeing Honey Badger trying to chase down Raikkonen in 2014. Williams against the Toro Rosso, 0.2 of a second between them. Super soft tyres for Honey Badger, Raikkonen on the soft tyres. Going into the final corner now. Looks like the Williams driver gets a better drive. He's all over the back of the Toro Rosso, getting a nice toe. He's going to try and creep out to the right hand side. Here we go. He's going to try and make a move. Who's going to brake last? A great move there by the Williams driver, but as the Toro Rosso driver going to come back at him, does Raikkonen have it in him to challenge Honey Badger? Here we go. Is he going to try and make a move? Nope.
Chapter and GP1 Hamilton as well.
Yeah, GP1 Hamilton managed to pull away from the Honey Badger Raikkonen battle. He's now chasing Chopper. He did have a okay start to the race. It's just been a mixed race for a lot of drivers.
Yeah, well, GP1 Hamilton can get up to the podium as well, even though he's 9 seconds away and has to clear Chopper. But the GOAT is in the pits, so that will promote Gamey to the podium, and he will not make any pit stops now if he keeps it together.
Look at Cliffy. He is on a charge. 1 second between Cliffy and Josh. Cliffy just recently pitted as well, and is it correct that he got a new front wing in the pit?
Yeah, and see, the super soft tires, even though Cliffy is the quickest, but everyone around him is on worn soft tires. So the track temperature really does come into play. Which is...
exactly. It also extends some of the tyres' lives as well with cooler track temperatures, because it takes maybe a lap or two to get the tyres switched on right temperature. But looks like Cliffy's found a way, because Cliffy is on the attack for Josh, going down the start-finish straight now. We are on lap 26 out of 36, just over 10 laps to go, and Cliffy is going to try and make a move on the McLaren Honda of Josh Fletcher. GP1 Hamilton, he's made his move on Chopper. Will Chopper come back at him? He looks like Chopper's trying to keep super close to him. Going around the final corner.
No way. Ready. 8/10.
Cliffy is 0.3 of a second behind Josh now. He's going to still stay behind him. He doesn't want to make a risky move and end up throwing a race win down the drain. He knows he's quicker than the McLaren Honda driver, but he's on older tyres. Don't you forget, on camera it looks like Cliffy has got a rear right tyre. Actually, both rear... No, Cliffy's rear right is a soft tyre and the rest are super softs, which is very interesting.
No, for me all are super soft.
So Cliffy with his multicoloured tyres is 3/10 of a second behind Josh Fletcher going round the final corner as the Mercedes driver got a better drive than Josh. Josh doing all he can to try and pick the best line going into turn 1. He wants to be as defensive as possible but still not slow his progress in the race down. Look at that
Josh with
exit.
another penalty. And
oh, he's pushing very hard. It's Josh and it's costing him. Does Cliffy have it in him to make a move? The outside is very open.
Josh made a mistake. Josh made a mistake by selecting the inside line, and he should have known that. Like, I don't know what maybe he wanted to let Cliffy go.
Maybe it was not in his race plan after the penalties, but I just doubt it. I think Josh would be one of those to continue. Story of the day so far, gamey things. Well, apart from Cliffy.
Yeah.
Cliffy doing a great job as per usual, but gamey things currently 3rd position.
And JP Hamilton, I think he's the only threat for Gamey Things podium because he's a lot quicker than Gamey Things at the moment, and Gamey Things will have to hold on for 9 more laps.
So Josh is pitting.
Josh is in the pits.
We are seeing the battle between Mays in 11th, chasing down TJ Honest. TJ Honest in the Ferrari is in the last points paying position. Mays has his eyes on that and he's going to try and attack TJ Honest as best he can.
And remember TJ Honest once was the leader of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, it just shows you what a race we've had. It's a race that you definitely didn't want to miss. Highlights will be on the YouTube channel. Remember, go to www.facebook.com/Speedforce Racing PS4. We are signing up drivers for our Project Cars 2 League. It starts the 5th of June. Make sure you go to our Facebook page, sign up before all the seats are taken and you miss out. Honey Badger's not trying to miss out though. On 5th position, he's trying to hustle Chopper into a mistake, but Chopper is not falling for it. Chopper still keeps the position. Williams driver will try and make another move further down.
Gamey,
He's having a battle there with Josh. Josh finally gets past him, but look at the gap between Josh and Cliffy, 25 seconds. It's a hell of a gap.
Yeah, and it just only needs this. Like, he will bring out the maximum out of this race for him after that bad, pit stop era. And if he finishes second, then that will be a championship lead for Josh, which is obviously pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. He's just going to try and not rack up too many penalties. Because that will just be heartbreaking for him if he gets demoted a position through too many on-track penalties. Look at Honey Badger, he's still trying to get past Chopper. He looks like he has a better drive now. Is he going to get a better tow from the Haas car? Williams driver right behind him getting a decent tow. He's going to have a little move into this corner. No, he doesn't. He's going to follow Chopper through. Yellows in sector 1.
And that's Humbug.
Humbug having a little incident, has promoted TJ Honest into 9th. Mays getting into that points paying position now, but we're still sticking with Honey Badger. Looks like he's getting it so much closer to the Haas driver, but Chopper is doing a great job keeping Badger behind him. The Ghoul is 5.4 seconds away from this battle. But he's on the ultra soft tyres. Take a little bit of time to switch on them tyres, so it does cost you. But
when you won, Honey Badger.
Honey Badger, he's
this exit is pretty hard for him tonight, I think, and what might happen here is he puts down the power a little too early, and maybe running on the white lines, which is extremely slippery when it's wet, and maybe there is something in his setup which is not suiting that corner perfectly.
We've got Mays. DRS is open. He's all over the back of TJ Honest, but a little bit too far to make a move. But TJ Honest looks like he's made a mistake on the exit of the corner. It's allowed a slightly better drive by Mays, getting a nice toe as well, inching a little bit closer. He's going to try and follow him through this corner. He'll get DRS activation. DRS activates in a couple of meters. Here we go, there's the line. DRS wide open. Will he get a good run at Tigianis? Looks like Tigianis got a great drive on the exit of that corner.
And GP Hamilton is all over the back of gamey things now. And it's just a matter of time when he'll make a move.
SFR Josh Fletcher getting the fastest lap of the race at 1:13.660, and here we go. Hamilton's trying to make his move on Gamey Things. Gamey Things, a great defensive driver. Can he keep Hamilton behind him? He cuts the corner at turn 1. Does Gamey gets away with it? I think he keeps Hamilton behind him. But look at that, he's all over the back at him.
Yeah, Hamilton logged up.
So what can Gamey Things do? He's going to have a car with a fast driver with DRS. Is he going to have it wide open and attack the Force India? He's got it open. Force India driver goes to the right hand side of the track, going through the outside. Going to hopefully try and switch to the inside if he can get in front of the Force India driver. No, Gamey Things keeps him behind. Great move.
And this time
he's got the inside line as Hamilton, but Gamey still manages to keep in front of him.
Yeah, and yeah, he needs to hold on for 4 more laps. That's it.
That is going to be a extremely tough task. It is very tough getting past Gamey Things, a great defensive driver, but GP1 Hamilton's a different type of beast. He's got pace. It doesn't matter how long he's been on these tyres, he carries that pace. Gamey Things looks like he's made a mistake there, but he gets over early to cover the ensuing Hamilton. Hamilton now going to try and attack on the outside of the entry of this corner.
Locks up again.
Oh, it looks like we've got a car spinning there into the barrier.
Lee, yeah, he's not having the best of races.
Honey Badger, we just switched to the Honey Badger battle. He's trying to get past Chopper. Hamilton's trying to get past Gamey Things for the last podium position. Looks like he's got a better run at Gamey Things now. He edges closer. He's just about in front of him, but Gamey will have the inside line of the corner.
Gamey, yeah, just like a little touch.
A little bit of a rub of the tyres. Honey Badger still following SFR Chopper. Very close now. Is Gamey making a little bit of a trend? It does look like that to me.
All 4 of these drivers can have this podium now. All 4 of them.
Exactly that. Techno Thriller is outside of the points. Our current champion is still having nightmare form and not being able to get any decent points this race so far. Hamilton is all over the back of the Force India driver. He is so much quicker than Gamey Things, but Gamey Things has the skill to keep him back. Honey Badger is going to try and make a move on Chopper. We're going to see the battle between Hamilton and the Force India driver.
No. Now this time he keeps it calm and... Oh, nice.
Oh, he's making a move now. He definitely got a bit more of a better drive than Gamey Things.
And that's it.
Move done. He moves over and Gamey tries to switch back.
And Gamey can... No, he cannot go around the outside, unfortunately.
It's not the best not the best of corners for Hamilton. Gamey looks like he had a great corner there, but it's allowed SFR Chopper to get on the back of Gamey Things. He's the hash driver going to have a look. Oh, he's made contact with the Force India driver.
That was...
Oh no, not the best move there by the hash driver. Force India driver remains in position. Looks like Chopper allowed him through, but an opportunistic Williams driver of Honey Badger gets that position.
I think it was due to frustration, because he wanted that podium so badly, and to lose it on...
It's tough.
Like, yeah, by like 3 laps by the end of the race, and but for me, yes, he's still the driver of the day.
Techno Thriller is all over the back of Lord JB. Lord JB on the super soft tyres, Techno on the ultra soft. These are not fighting for points, they don't care. They are racing drivers and they just want to get the best result that is possible on the day. We're going to go check on Honey Badger. He's very, very close now to Gamey Things. 2 tenths of a second, he's lining him up. Is the Williams driver going to do it? Force India driver goes very defensive, very early inside line for the Williams. Is Honey Badger going to make the move? He does.
Oh, touched. They touched.
More contact there, look at that. Is Chopper going to try and make a move on Gamey Things now? He's got the move done, it looks like, but Gamey will have the inside line going into the corner. Chopper's gone a bit too deep into the corner, that's cost him big. Gamey now is going to have a clean run on Honey Badger. Very close battle between 4th, 5th and 6th position. 4/10 of a second between Gamey Things and Honey Badger. Gamey Things, give it to him. He's giving it a good go. He's in 5th position on merit. Honey Badger's, he's had a bad entry into the corner. A huge mistake, cost him positions. Gamey Things gets past him. Gamey Things is 3.3 seconds behind GP1 Hamilton. Looks like the top 3 have sealed their fate and got the podium they wanted. Cliffy is the race winner currently with 2 laps to go. The Ghoul is on the back of Chopper. Yeah, Gamey Things, great race. Like I said,
time penalty.
as we say, he gets a 3-second time penalty, and he's very close to Chopper, which hopefully, I think Chopper may have a penalty, so it could keep positions the same. But the Ghoul is on a charge, and he is after that 5th position of Chopper.
Yeah, all around it was the best race. Like, I will give a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, there was excitement throughout the field and battles everywhere, and we still got one with Techno Thriller and Lord JB. This is only over for 11th position. Techno has a little bit of a squirm on the exit curb there. He's trying to chase down the Haas of Lord JB. Lord JB's teammate is 5th position, so points for the team, but Lord JB will be disappointed. Sprinkler Rain usually is added extra ingredient that gets a better performance from him, but unfortunately not this time out. We'll go check out the Galt. He is chasing that down Chopper, with Chopper chasing down Gamey Things, so Gamey Things is still massively under threat. We were going to go switch to our race leader. Last lap, lap 36 out of 36, Speed Force Racing Season 2 Premier Division, and it is Cliffy doing a outstanding job. Over 27 seconds between him and Josh Fletcher, and Josh Fletcher is no slow driver. Cliffy comes round now, final corner. Great job there, Mercedes driver, getting another race win, and that is surely going to be a huge boost for him. Josh will take the lead in the Drivers' Championship if he crosses the line in 2nd position.
Way with that, because he has a lot of time penalties and front wing damage, and GP1 Hamilton is right behind him.
GP1 Hamilton is closing. It's going to be very close between these guys. Will Josh get it over the line in front?
But that will be B3 for Josh, I think, because yes.
Oh yes, that means we have a tie at the top of the Drivers' Championship. If Josh keeps 3rd position, he'll be tying with Noah. Noah, unfortunately, unable to race.
Due to more wins, Noah would stay in the lead.
Honey Badger just spun it on just before he crosses the line. Raikkonen 2014 just about misses out on 7th position. Mays crosses the line, 9th position, and TJ Honest, he gets 10th. Techno Thriller crosses the line in 11th position there. Oh wow, what a race, and very worried driver there, spinning on the start finish line, just a few meters away from the finish line, and he had Raikkonen all over the back of him trying to chase him down for that position, but a lucky driver indeed there. So a great race. We will just quickly go through the finish. So first Cliffy, great drive. GP1 Hamilton 2nd, 3rd SFR Josh Fletcher the Ghoul, 4th, 5th Gamey Things, great drive by Gamey Things. SFR Chopper 6th, 7th Honey Badger. Mays, great drive. 8th position, 9th Raikkonen 2014, 10th TJ Honest. Techno misses out with points as the current champion. 11th, no points this time. Lord JB, disappointing race for him. 12th position Humbug, 13th, full of incidents that race for him. Smelly Badger 14th, 15th S Graham, and Lee now is 16th position. So not a lot of points going around for the back of the field, even though they had a great race there. We'll wait for 1st, 2nd and 3rd to be invited in for our driver interviews.
Yeah, just on one man. GP1 Hamilton. Yeah, I don't think I will be able to invite him because I don't have him as a friend.
Okay, we will see if it can add him maybe on the search for when you invite, go on search and type his name.
Yeah,
it should be able to do that. We will just quickly go with the question of the day. We'll get that answered before we move on to the driver's interview. So, question of the day: who's the most successful driver around Austria? Cliffy, you want to have a
go? Again, got most on the spot here, mate. No idea.
All right, Josh, most successful driver around Austria.
No idea.
So the answer is Alain Prost with 3 wins. Only 3 wins. So not too many there. So it could be a record that tumbles in the future with the likes of Verstappen and co. Catching up to the likes of Vettel and Hamilton. So we're going to start the driver interviews off now. We will start with Cliffy. Cliffy, you did say you were going to put a banker lap in qualifying, but to start so low on the grid, what happened in qualifying?
Obviously, I came out on supers, did a few laps, and I kept on getting invalid or this next lap invalid, so decided to pit. Then as I came out on my last run for ultras, someone was behind me there. I knew there was going to fly a lap, so I think I wired purposely. I went deep into the hairpin at turn. Technically 3, but the hairpin at turn 2, and I got this next lap invalid, so I went round, done a solo lap and all that, and then on the last corner, I got again this next lap invalid, so I decided to go for the lap anyway. It was a bad lap. I think I set like a 5.8, 5.7, but it was just a bad lap. So yeah, I just, counted my losses and decided to start the back. Well, I was forced to. So yeah.
Can you take us through your race? What was track conditions like? Because a lot of drivers were switching to inters and then going back to the dry compounds. So how difficult was that race?
Obviously, I didn't know it was raining until I had gone out on the supers, so I had a dry setup on. So of course, I didn't really think about the wet. And then when I see wet track, dry tyres, I thought, okay, this is one of Codemaster's things. So I knew not to pit for inters. That was a wrong call. So yeah, off the start, just sort of wanted to drop back from the guys ahead, let them go ahead and let them do what they wanted. And unfortunately, I did end up spinning, and then I had further contact, and then had half a wing for the whole of my first stint.
So yeah, another impressive performance from the back of the grid, basically, to a win. Great job, Cliffy. We'll go to second position, and Peter, would you like to ask the question?
Yeah, GP1 Hamilton, first race. Congratulations on second place, and can you tell us what went through your head and when you crossed the line, and how was your race?
Many drivers went to intermediate, techno killer, and many guys. So then to be even I was on two-stop, I think two-stop strategy, and to finish third is I'm surprised really, but I'm very very happy.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, you finished second due to Josh's penalties. So coming to Josh, what happened in the pits? You put on inters. Why was that?
Jeff told me to put on inters, and then I came out, and on the same lap he told me to put on the dry tyres.
Thank you, Josh.
Josh, what was the conditions like for you? Was it as tricky as it looked on stream? A lot of cars were spinning off.
It was alright until like the second to last lap, and then I lost the car and got front wing damage, which cost me second.
Okay, also just one last question to Cliffy. Are you now a little concern maybe with Noak missing the race due to some issues, that your Constructors' Championship challenge may have to take a back seat while you attack the Drivers' Championship.
Obviously what happened with Noak wasn't Noak's fault. Obviously he tried to get in the session, managed to join and then leave, so I'm just glad I managed to pick up some solid points, not just for myself but for the team. So I'm not too afraid, because when Noak's here he's normally around the top 5 or getting the podium or even a race win, so I know when he's here he can get decent results. So I guess he can try and maybe turn up next week just so we can solidify the Constructors.
Okay, thank you. Thank you guys. Congratulations on your drive. First for Cliffy, second for GP1 Hamilton, and third for SFR Josh Fletcher. You are free to leave the chat. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
So, very interesting words from the drivers. Great to hear from GP1 Hamilton as well. So, interesting race there, Peter. What do you take away from that?
Yeah, well, where to begin? Yeah, it seems like everyone is human out of our league, and that's good to know, because yeah, some of our top drivers are putting in like a robot place, or like well, out of my mind, and it's good to see they're making mistakes as well. Yeah, Josh was
definitely
unfortunate that Jeff told him to come in.
Yeah, you just can never rely on Jeff. Jeff doing a great job, ruin Josh's night. Remember guys, we have some spaces left for the Project Cars 2 League. This is organised by Peter. It will be a great little league that will run side by side with our F1 duties. Go to www.facebook.com/Speedforce Racing PS4. Sign up now. Go to our YouTube channel. Links are on our page. So Peter, another week done. Another great race by Cliffy, from near back of the grid to a race win. Is this driver on a special bout of luck, or is it just his skill?
Well, I think it's if you're racing, you have to have both. Like if luck is not on your side, you can be quick as hell with no results, and well, if you're lucky enough but you're not quick enough, then you can have one of good nights. But yeah, to be successful at that level, I think you need both.
Okay, great tip there as well. Yeah, you do need the luck to favour you, but skill, putting in the hours, it does pay off. We are going to end our stream, so that was round 9 from Austria. Great race by Cliffy, GP1 Hamilton and SFR Josh Fletcher. From myself, Adam Nightwalker, also Peter, good night from me.
Good night, thank you.
Thank you guys, and also check out our previous streams. Good night.